What's up, folks? It's Derek Anderson, the DA, here with the random rant. And yes, this story. Oh, I've been waiting to hear. The Star Wars rumor mill is better than like the stuff that actually gets made into shows. It's funny how that works, or movies. The rumor mills are always amazing, and this one definitely doesn't disappoint. The Mandalorian. I don't know why this necessarily has to tie into the Mandalorian specifically, but the main thing, Samuel L. Jackson wanted to return as Mace Windu, and a lot of Star Wars fans, we already knew this. We know that Samuel L. Jackson has been lobbying, he's been begging, hey, come on. It came out at Celebration, it's come out throughout various interviews. He wants to come back and play this character. I'm like, let him. Like, come on, let's figure it out. You can bring back characters from the dead in all kinds of different ways. Mace shouldn't be any different, and this is a character that a lot of people enjoyed, a lot of people wanted to see, and a lot of cats would get excited for if they brought him back. So let's go ahead and just kind of jump through this article real quick. This won't be long, but I've had like a lot of different theories or a lot of different ideas myself on how Mace could come back, and a lot of them are right in this article. So this is by the direct for today's date. So here we go. It's talking about, he had a questionable death at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Then it goes on to mention that he's been lobbying and talking about coming back. It says here, it was previously rumored that there would be a Mace Windu prequel series, but no new details emerged. Then it says here that Book of Boba Fett lead star Tamora Morrison previously revealed his desire for revenge against Windu, because we know from Attack on the Clones that Windu lopped off his father's head and killed him. So he wanted to get back in and say, hey man, bring him back. That would be a cool little thing. I've always thought that Boba Fett going up against Mace, we saw that in the Clone Wars, but still not fully resolving that matter for himself, that he would still want some measure of revenge or some kind of comeuppance, and he wants to make sure that Mace has to deal with something from him directly. So I thought that was another possibility. I don't think that's where they're going to go with it, but I thought that's a possibility. They might do that. So they go on and say, will Mace Windu return? And then here's the quote from Samuel L. Jackson when he was discussing it. It says, definitely the interviewer said, should I hold out hope at this point for Mace? Definitely, there is huge history of people with one hand returning in Star Wars. He's right. The only person I've ever said that about to who's coming back is Bryce Dallas Howard, because I just did a movie with her, and she directs episodes of The Mandalorian. So she might be be able to hook her brother up. That's what he says. I feel like Samuel L. Jackson, great actor, obviously, and his desire to return to the Star Wars universe and play this particular character. What could possibly go wrong with this? I mean, think about this. There's a lot of possibilities you can do with that. One of them, they mentioned, I thought about, the whole Boba Fett thing. Like, okay, if they're bringing Boba Fett back, and he was, considered dead, but, people always kind of say, hey, he's probably alive. They could do the same thing with Mace, right? So why not bring Mace back? I also thought about, kind of sort of bringing him back in as a Jedi, in a series about Vader, where Vader is like, looking for and hunting down, the last few Jedis, and maybe he's doing it personally, right? Like, it's like, okay, I'm taking a personal quest to hunt down these last couple of Jedi that I know, then I want to be the one that puts it into them personally. I don't think any of my other, little Inquisitors can get the job done. So I've always thought, like, hey, Mace could be that one guy, and then there's a lot of animosity, we remember that, between Mace, between Anakin, about him not being the Jedi Master on the Council. Like, all of that kind of history can come back to the forefront, and it could be a really interesting character study between like a Mace who's kind of in hiding, trying to stay low and off the radar, versus a Vader who is ruthlessly hunting him down. And there's a lot that you can do with that. And maybe Vader kills him, maybe he doesn't, maybe he slips off into the ether and disappears forever. You don't know. And there's a lot that could be done with that. So I was always like, yeah, bring Mace Windu back. This would be a great reintroduction of all the characters. Like the way they brought Boba Fett back, of all the characters that they brought back, I think Mace, they could really do a really good job with. So it goes on to say, is there a Mandalorian comeback for Mace Windu? They kind of go into, they brought back Ahsoka Tano, Boba Fett, Luke Skywalker, and it's possible that Mace could be introduced into the Mandalorian. And then from that point, they can say, okay, well, now that Mace is back, what do you want to do? You know, then yeah, it says here Jin, Jaren, and Grogu are traveling to different locations. They're finding different places. So, you know, is it a possibility that Mace is the one who saved Grogu from Order 66? That's a possibility. There's a lot of things that they could do. So, but you know, again, it's the Star Wars rumor mill. Everybody comes up with these amazing concepts, different little ideas of things that they could get away with, and nothing ever comes of it. So hopefully this time they're listening to the fans and they're saying, listen, fans would love to see a Mace Windu return somehow, some way. You don't have to make him the focal point of a series. I say you can have him as a side character, or maybe, you know, if you did something like, okay, we're going to do a full-on Vader series, you know, just a character study, you know, and then we're going to dig deep into, you know, Vader, and yeah, okay, I'm sure, you know, Hayden Christensen would be on board for that. And then you also have on the flip side, maybe Mace or some other Jedis that Vader is going, you know, trying to hunt down, trying to capture, say, hey, these guys are too dangerous for the Inquisitors, so I have to take lead on this. And then you get into a deep character study, one-on-one kind of thing. I think that would be brilliant. I wish Star Wars would do stuff like that, but you know, we got to wait and see. But in any case, that'll do it for me. I want to thank you for watching this. If you haven't done so, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Make sure you get all of my videos, all my crazy random ramblings that I may come up with. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.